Welcome to the Bethadone Clinic.
Some art stays on the wall. Some art watches you back. At the Bethadone Clinic, ArtFreak Productions doesn't just show art, it awakens it. Every piece pulses, shifts, and bends. React. What you see isn't always what you get. Dive into digital recreations, explore surreal experiments, and get lost in provocative...
Welcome to Bethadone Clinic, home of ArtFreak Productions. This isn't a rehab, it's a resurrection lab. The Bethadone Clinic is where recovery meets creation, where addicts of life, love, drugs, and madness trade the needle for the camera, the brush, the pen. It's not clean, not polished, it's not pretty, and that's the point. ArtFreak Productions was born here, out of withdrawal obsession of mine, out of people who refuse to die. Every piece that comes out of this place is a scar turned into a spotlight. On me, every project is a relapse into more honesty. We make films, monologues, music, performance art, whatever it takes to make the silence
Welcome to the Bethadone Clinic. Not a hospital, not a gallery, a threshold. This is ArtFreak Productions. Art that doesn't sit still, art that resists being consumed. These aren't copies, they're resurrections. Reproductions that breathe, twitch, and remember being alive. You? Every piece is an experiment. She is your experience. You are her experiment. In perception, obsession, discomfort, truth. Digital works and surreal narratives, visual disturbances disguised as videos. ArtFreak Productions doesn't ask you to relax. It asks what you're avoiding. Me? What you project. What you recognize too quickly. Created inside the Bethadone Clinic, where art is a treatment, symptom, and a side effect. ArtFreak Productions, if it makes you uncomfortable, it probably means it's working. You don't need to come to the Bethadone Clinic to be fixed. You need to come to get your fix. You come because something in you won't stay quiet. It's that itch for that fix, for the Bethadone Clinic. ArtFreak Productions exists for that noise, for the thoughts that leap, for the images that won't let go once they've entered you. Ooh. These works are unstable by design. They mutate when observed. They behave differently when you're tired, lonely, angry, or pretending that you're fine. That's not a glitch, that's you interacting with it. Each production is a controlled breach between art and symptom, between performance and confession. We don't promise you clarity. We don't offer you comfort. We offer recognition, and it's the dangerous kind, of course.
Bethadone Clinic, ArtFreak Productions. Doesn't merely exhibit art, it absolutely devours it wholeheartedly. And trust me, it manages to do just that. Each one of the pieces within their collection pulsates and throbs with such an intensity that your eyes might as well be strapped securely to the wildest roller coaster ride of pure disbelief and amazement. It's a digital tapestry of masterpieces that are bent on challenge reality itself. Mind-bending experiments that will leave you doing backflips on your own thoughts, and awe-inspiring stories that possess the unique ability not just to hang on walls, they're fearlessly slithering into your very soul, weaving through the very fabric of your thoughts, and tracing the insides of your deepest fears, whispering secrets you simply didn't know you possessed all along in this extraordinary space.
Because art isn't meant to soothe you, it's meant to reveal you and us. At the Bethadone Clinic, ArtFreak Productions document what happens when creativity is taken seriously and sanity is treated as a flexible guideline. ArtFreak Productions, not for everyone. Just for the ones who feel watched and understand why they are being. So this is your notice. ArtFreak Productions isn't entertainment, it's documentation. Proof that something happened here. Proof that imagination leaves marks. Proof that discomfort can be honest. The Bethadone Clinic doesn't cure, it witnesses. ArtFreak Productions, you don't watch it, you survive the encounter. It watches you forever. Oh, you're still here. That's the part no one talks about. What happens after the art stops moving? After you tell yourself it was just a video? ArtFreak Productions doesn't follow you home. It doesn't have to, because you bring it with you. Every piece archived here was made by someone paying attention, too much attention. That might have been Beth, the kind that turns inward and doesn't ask permission. This isn't for escape. It's art for confrontation, for people who've already tried looking away and failed. If you felt seen, good. If you felt uneasy, better. If you felt nothing at all, just stay long.
Clinic is a sanctuary for the ones who shake, break, and rebuild, and then break again. We don't promise recovery, we promise reality. Welcome to the Bethadone Clinic, where every freak finds their form. The world calls it recovery, but we call it survival. This is the Bethadone Clinic, where the trembling are holy, and creation is the only clean high left. Here, art isn't therapy, it's resurrection. Every film, every scream, every confession. This art for relapse and revelation, we shoot truth through the veins of a lens and breathe color onto the walls. We love the art freaks, the beautiful mistakes, the crash survivors, the ones who make pain perform. Our productions don't heal, they haunt and they stain. They remind you that every woman has rhythm.
Really passive it. Actively sneaks in like a fearless ninja in the dead of night. It's not simply going about its legitimate business. It is flipping the rulebook and swapping every single detail. Thought you knew about the world. The line between the observer and the observed is transformed into a mind-bending kaleidoscope of glittering shards, leaving you questioning who's really responsible for these startling moments. Every glance can become a high-stakes negotiation. Unless you take a step back, every pause can feel like an overwhelming surrender. You observe, you think, you feel, and
Symptoms may include recognition. Not recommended for passive viewers. Observed reactions are part of the work. Discomfort is a form of data. You were always part of the exhibit. And I am your experience, and you are always my experiment. Enjoy every ArtFreak production here at the Bethadone Clinic. Welcome to the Bethadone Clinic. Not a hospital, not a gallery, a threshold. This is ArtFreak Productions. Art that doesn't sit still, art that resists being consumed. These aren't copies, they're resurrections, reproductions that breathe, twitch, and remember being alive. Do you? Every piece is an experiment. She is your experience, you are her experiment. In perception, obsession, discomfort, truth, digital works and surreal narratives, visual disturbances disguised as videos. ArtFreak Productions doesn't ask you to relax. It asks what you're avoiding. Me? What you project. What you recognize too quickly. Created inside the Bethadone Clinic, where art is a treatment, symptom, and a side effect. ArtFreak Productions, if it makes you uncomfortable, it probably means it's working. You don't need to come to the Bethadone Clinic to be fixed. You need to come to get your fix. You come because something in you won't stay quiet. It's that itch for that fix.
before, the art that surrounds you moves along with you, reshaping and reimagining the very corners of your mind where you thought you could only exist on your own. And when you finally make it out of this mind-blowing, electrifying experience, you might find yourself left completely bewildered, because when you step back to look at the art, you find it's right there with you, silently observing every single step you take. It's been observing and learning about your thoughts ever since, waiting patiently in those quiet, unassuming moments when you feel like you're simply alone. At ArtFreak Productions, you're not merely attending an exhibition, you're becoming an indispensable part of its fabric, and it's impossible for them to let you go. So why are you
ArtFreak Productions exists for that noise, for the thoughts that leap, for the images that won't let go once they've entered you. Ooh. These works are unstable by design. They mutate when observed. They behave differently when you're tired, lonely, angry, or pretending that you're fine. That's not a glitch. That's you interacting with it. Each production is a controlled breach between art and symptom, between performance and confession. We don't promise you clarity. We don't offer you comfort. We offer recognition, and it's the dangerous kind, of course. Because art isn't meant to soothe you, it's meant to reveal you. And that is what happens when creativity is taken seriously and sanity is treated as a flexible guideline. ArtFreak Productions, not for everyone, just for the ones who feel watched and understand why they are being. So this is your notice. ArtFreak Productions isn't entertainment, it's documentation. Proof that something happened here. Proof that imagination leaves marks. Proof that discomfort can be honest. The Bethadone Clinic doesn't cure, it witnesses. ArtFreak Productions, you don't watch it, you survive the encounter. It watches you forever. Oh, you're still here. That's the part no one talks about. What happens after the art stops moving? After you tell yourself it was just a video. ArtFreak Productions doesn't follow you home. It doesn't have to, because you bring it with you. Every piece archived here was made by someone paying attention, too much attention. That might have been Beth, the kind that turns inward and doesn't ask permission. This isn't for escape, it's art for confrontation, for people who've already tried looking away and failed. If you felt seen, good. If you felt uneasy, better. If you felt nothing at all, just stay longer.
dive in and let it entirely consume you whole?
ArtFreak Productions at the Bethadone Clinic.
Welcome to Bethadone Clinic. This is where we overdose on honesty and alcohol art. This is the Bethadone Clinic, where the trembling are holy, and creation is the only thing left. Here, art isn't therapy. Art is survival. Every film, every scream, every confession, carved from relapse and revelation. We shoot truth through the lens of a lens and bleed color into the walls. We are the art freaks. We are the beautiful mistakes. We are the crash survivors. They're ones who make pain perform. Our productions don't heal you. They haunt you and they sting you. They remind you that every ruin has rhythm.
May include recognition. Not recommended for passive viewers. Observed reactions are part of the work. Discomfort is a form of data. You were always part of the exhibit. And I am your experience, and you are always my experiment. Enjoy every ArtFreak production here at the Bethadone Clinic. The Bethadone Clinic isn't a place for you to go to be fixed. It's a place to go to be observed, exposed, and quietly rewired. Officially, it's a clinic. Clean halls, clinical language, the soft lie of professionalism. Unofficially, it's a containment unit for minds that don't behave and art that refuses to sit still. This is where ArtFreak Production lives, not as a department, but as a side effect. Art happens here the way bruises happen, honestly, involuntarily, and with evidence left behind, whether you like it or not.
Welcome to Bethadone Clinic, where we overdose on honesty and call it art. And this isn't a place you come to forget, it's where you remember who you are. Beneath the chemicals, the chaos, and the crash. The Bethadone Clinic isn't about getting better, it's about getting real. It's a halfway point between death and becoming, where we trade the known for the necessary. Recovery isn't sterile here, it's loud. It sweats, it shakes, it cries in the back of the mirror. It learns to breathe again in the quiet after collapse. We believe healing doesn't happen in silence, it happens when you scream, when you reach out, when you finally let the world touch your back. Everyone here is fallen, everyone here gets it differently, and that's the beauty. Recovery is not a straight line, it's a spiral staircase back into the light, and boy are we spiraling. The Bethadone Clinic isn't about erasing your past, it's about rewriting your future, with trembling hands and still there to try.
It doesn't make content for comfort. In fact, the opposite. It produces visual experiments, narrative fractures, distorted parodies, and psychological performances that feel less like videos and more like
Welcome to the Bethadone Clinic, where the broken rebuild, and where recovery becomes art. Baby, you don't come here to be saved, you come here to start over. The Bethadone Clinic isn't a hospital, it's a heartbeat. a place for people who get lost in the dark and decide the dark wasn't going to win. Here, recovery is not about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about standing up one more time than the world expected you to. Every day here is a story, some quiet, some violent, all real, real violent. We felt we would have to rebuild and we learn to live without the noise. The walls have heard everything, confessions, breakdowns, laughter, and stillity, when the lights come on. That's what recovery looks like, not clean, not easy, but alive. At the Bethadone Clinic, we believe you don't have to erase who you were to become who you're meant to be. You just have to begin again.
Pieces mutate, meanings slip. The fourth wall is less a wall than a suggestion. Viewers aren't the audience, they're test subjects who consent by pressing play. Everything carries a clinical undertone, diagnosis is metaphor, treatment is theater, recovery is an unreliable narrator, biblical allegory gets spliced with institutional language, satire wears a hospital bracelet, humor limps, horror smiles politely. Nothing is purely fictional, and nothing is officially true.
Welcome to Bethadone Clinic, home of the brave, the rebuilding, the reborn, and the retarded. This place doesn't promise purity, it promises presence. Here, recovery drips and shakes and soars. It's a messy miracle of choosing life again and again and again. The Bethadone Clinic is where broken doesn't mean finished, it just means human. Healing sounds gentle, but this is a war zone turned workshop. We don't patch the wounds, we sculpture on them. The Bethadone Clinic is where scars turn into signatures, proof that you made it back, not unchanged, but unstoppable. Every morning here starts with the same simple miracle, breath. The light hits the walls, tired hands lift coffee cups, and for a moment everything stands still. That's recovery, quiet, stubborn light that refuses to die. We're not preaching redemption, we're living it raw. We've called through relapse, laughed at the edge, and built something holy out of the wreckage.
ArtFreak Productions as a therapeutic outreach. That's the brochure version. In practice, it's a controlled burn for dangerous ideas, a place where art is allowed to act out so people don't have to pretend they're fine. This is not a brand built to go viral. It's built to linger, to irritate, to echo after the screen goes dark.
It isn't a place for the perfect, it's a home for the haunted. We already have to live. Every relapse, every reckoning, every troubling moment is all part of the composition. The Bethadone Clinic is the canvas. Each person here is the brushstroke of pain and persistence, color, and combat. ArtFreak Productions is what happens when recovery finds its voice. ArtFreak Productions isn't a company. Well, it is, but it's also a confession booth. A collective onward collapse where people who turn their breakdowns into brushstrokes. Or paths that turn her breakdowns into brushstrokes, that is. Her laughs into reels, her silence into sound. We don't chase perfection, we chase pulse. Every project, every film, every performance is a living room that learned to sing. We tell stories that no one else will touch, the raw, the strange, the unfiltered truths that lead to the surface of being alive. Our art isn't about healing, it's about feeling. About dragging down seniors to the spotlight and saying, look, this is what it means to survive. We are not mainstream, we are bloodstream. We work in chaos, in passion, in the beauty of being too fucking much. We find the cracks, the tremors, the defining mistakes, because that's where the real story lives.
The building, ArtFreak Productions is
ArtFreak Productions is recovery reimagined as rebellion. It's proof you don't have to be clean to create something pure. You just have to be honest. Welcome to ArtFreak Productions, where pain performs and survival is an art. ArtFreak Productions is a creative house going from recovery, rebellion, raw emotion. Breath turns breakdowns into art forms, films, performances, and projects that invite pain, brutal honesty, and beauty. We don't chase perfection, we chase truth. Every piece we make is a pulse. Proof that survival itself can be very cinematic. Welcome to the Bethadone Clinic. Enjoy ArtFreak Productions by Bethadone and Bethadone only.
including living visual experiments, digital and physical art that shifts while you watch, intent to make you notice the act of noticing, surreal narrative shorts, tiny fractured stories, reality bends, morality blurs, logic fractures, sometimes grotesque, absurdly funny, a parable 1 second, a fever dream the next, parody and allegory, twists on biblical, classical, or cultural narratives, satire that's painful, provocative, occasionally cruel, and forcing you to reckon with both the joke and the mirror it holds up to you. Psychological provocation, places designed to poke at the unconscious, tease at discomfort, guilt, desire, and existential unease. Not horror like jump scares, but horror for your mind, the what if this is true thoughts that horrify you. Experimental collaborations, videos where art, sound, performance, and environment intersect. Often interactive, prompting behavior or thought experiments in the audience. Reproductions of living art. Art isn't just recreated, it's reborn with subtle distortions and variations that make each viewing unique. Some emphasize impermanence, decay, and mutation. The art is never fully the same twice. As you can tell by now, nothing is safe, sanitized, or meant to make you comfortable. The content breathes, shifts, and lingers like a ghost that refuses to leave, challenging both what you see and how you see it, if you want. I can take a look. And this message is brought to you by the Bethadone Clinic. If you're seeing this, you were never meant to be well. Here, art isn't entertainment, it's a symptom, a relapse, a beautiful complication we refuse to resolve. ArtFreak Productions was founded on a simple principle. If it makes sense immediately, it's lying to you. We produce visual narratives that misbehave, stories that forget their own morals halfway through, images that insist you're implicated. Some call it experimental media, some call it blasphemy, some call us at 3 in the morning asking why a video is still talking to them. At the Bethadone Clinic, art is observed under pressure, face under stress tests, identity placed in a centrifuge, meaning pushed until it fractures or starts screaming, like myself. Sessions include allegorical breakdowns, clinical parodies, devotional imagery with its hands tied behind its back, and beauty so sharp that it leaves a mark. Side effects may include sudden clarity followed by immediate doubt, laughter that feels inappropriate, the suspicion that the art knows something you don't. It does, you don't know much. This is not content, this is confrontation. We do not offer answers, we do not offer healing, we offer mirrors that don't behave and narratives that refuse to absolve you. If you need reassurance, leave now. If you want art that behaves, seek a gallery. If you're looking for something that feels alive, unstable, and slightly dangerous, that's me. Oh, and ArtFreak Productions. Operating out of the Bethadone Clinic. We don't cure the condition, we document it. We let it evolve. Viewing is voluntary. Viewing is voluntary. Understanding is not guaranteed. Maximalist, confrontational, deliberately unhinged, still coherent enough to find intention, but experience as a psychological event, not
Here,
random.
art isn't just viewed, it's experienced, and it might just reflect something you've never seen in yourself. ArtFreak Productions. Alive, unsettling, unforgettable. Are you ready to see what's been waiting?
You have been waiting, haven't you?